When was this building built?
So all the buildings that we're walking through, these brick buildings, are dating back to the early 1900s, 1890s, early 1900s. Now this next room that we're about to go into, this is the original furnace room. So this is 1888 right here.
Oh.
So when our company's founder, Charles Henry, came here in 1888, the town of Kokomo gave him this property. So we had a thing going on in Indiana in that time frame called the Indiana gas boom. And so
Free gas, right?
it was free gas, and it was so easy to get to. You could literally take a pipe, hammer it into the ground, and light the top of it and have a big torch burning in your front yard or out at the baseball diamond.
And it's yours.
Or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so with all this free gas, it was attracting a lot of different glass companies in. And Henry was the first stained glass company to come out here. He had the recipe book because he was a chemist, and he knew a guy by the name of Louis Comfort Tiffany who had invented opalescent glass, and he was making it himself. And he needed to make more than what he could make, but none of the manufacturers really wanted to mess with it. And so Henry, knowing Tiffany and his need for manufacture, hearing about the free gas, and having the recipe book, saw the opportunity, and he came out west here to Indiana, and all the towns in this region were competing against each other to entice these companies to locate in their town.
Yeah.
And so to entice Charles Henry to locate here, they gave him the property. There was a blacksmith shop, a little two-story brick building that had previously been a scissor factory, and a gas well already. And the gas well, unfortunately, is no longer in operation here. I wish it was.
Jeff, what do we have here in the office?
So this window here depicts the glass making process. It starts with the molten glass being ladled by hand from the furnace.
Yep.
Goes to the mixing table where it's mixed, and then cast into the rollers to be flattened. And then we have the cut room where we cut the sheets down to our standard sheet sizes. The neat thing about this window is each of the three guys portrayed here were actually doing those jobs in this factory at the time the window was made.
Take a look at this wall. This is the sample wall, yes?
Yes, or we have the ability of producing around 23 to 24,000 different color and texture combinations.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Now, we don't make that many on a routine basis. You just can't get around to that many. But it's probably an 80-20 split. About 80% of our volumes, about 20%
of what you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so,
And what's like, on this wall, what do you make a lot of?
our most common color that we make is clear.
That's the most common color you make?
Yeah, yep. We have the highest demand for clear, and we use clear a lot in mixes with other colors as well. Number two would be opal, the white.
Oh, yeah.
And there's variations of density for white.
Look how that look.
And we do a lot of color mixes with white as well. And the white, the industry term for it is opal. And it's what creates the opacity and what makes opalescent glass opalescent. Tiffany was our very first customer. He was our biggest customer for quite a while. Other well-known customers would include Frank Lloyd Wright.
Sure.
So he incorporated Kokomo glass and lampshades and
Prairie.
skylights and windows. All those prairie-style windows are full of Kokomo glass. Our glass is featured in all the Disney parks. We're featured in a window at the Vatican and lots and lots of churches around the world.